like you said yourself, normally layer one's launched and then they launch their token to support that blockchain.
Right.
But here, like you said, Zen was launched, and not just Zen launched on the ERC20 chain, but it was launched now on 10 chains.
Right.
When you launch your layer one, well, Zen's layer one, when you launch that and you said that they're already going to be holding the native token, which native token is going to be supported on your layer one? Is it going to be Ethereum Zen, because each Zen gets a different yield because of the amount of different minters and the different values? And so it obviously can't be, or are you, I don't know how you would do that, but you're not going to be able to combine all the Zen on 10 chains and give everybody, or is that what you're going to do, is give everybody that amount of Zen on your layer one out of all of their wallets on all the chains?
So all the chains will be supported. However, the ratios of conversion will be different. For example, and that's just an example, will not necessarily be the case. On Ethereum, to the new native token or coin on the layer one, it's one-to-one relationship. On Binance BSC chain, it's going to be maybe 20-to-1. So 20 Zen on Binance is equivalent to 1 Zen on Ethereum, and different other chains will have different ratios and different rates of conversion. So that's how we can actually receive multitude of different holders of Zen on different chains and then convert it properly based on the amount of gas that the person has spent.
So the equivalent value of whatever amount of Zen you have is going to be converted to what that value of Ethereum Zen is, and then copied on your layer one. Is that correct?
Right. It's going to be
Okay.
relative liquidity rates
Right.
between the chains. That's how everything's following the funnel. So
Okay.
all of the chains is the wider area of the funnel, and then it gets into the narrower area of the funnel and lands into a native token on the layer one
Well, and
based on different.
that sounds real fair to me and would make the most sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's kind of
it does make the most sense because if we
right.
look at different chains, we see, like, for example, Polygon has like 3 or 4 times more Zen just because
Right.
it's cheap.
And so the next thing, fees on your layer one when this does happen. What are we looking at? Obviously, it's going to be an empty chain, so it's going to have cheap fees anyway. But I mean, relative, you thinking with the adoption, where do you thinking like the gas is going to be on this?
So we're going to follow the Polygon model, and the
Right.
gas fee is likely going to be very, very similar. And currently, we're looking at probably the difference of, I would say, 50 to 100 times cheaper than Ethereum.
And space wise, without getting into a lot of technical stuff here with us, Jack, and everybody gets lost, space wise, how long do you think that can support mass minting at the rate? You know, because obviously some people are a little confused on gas. It's not just what's going on, it's also the space of the chain that's left.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
absolutely. Disk space is
right,
important. Like, for
right,
example, the OKX chain, which was very inexpensive chain, fraction of a cent
correct,
to mint, we used up 90% of their space
right,
just being
right.
there. And so in this particular case, please note that you will not be able to mint Zen on the new chain. You only can convert the burned Zen from different chains. Burned Zen, which means literally there will be a lot less people burning than people are producing. Currently, we're looking at 8%. So 8% of burners are burning Zen for ZenFTs. Now, you will follow the same model, burning Zen, and maybe we'll have 5 or 10% of people burning Zen on Ethereum plus other chains and converting to the new chain. So the space usage is not going to be huge. It's going to be something very reasonable because no token will be mass produced on the chain.
I got you.